Good morning. We are with Brian Monty, who is a guitar maker. He also says he's a maker of exotic sawdust. Brian, explain to us exactly what you're doing. It looks like you're splitting this piece of wood in two. Am I on the right track?
Yes, you are. I'm making a semi-hollow arch top.
Okay.
The top is carved solid maple, and the back is carved solid maple, and this is the back piece. I'm splitting it in two. I'll open it up like the pages of a book, and they'll be glued together. In other words, they'll be book matched. And then I will carve them inside and out on my dupa carver over here.
Maybe we can show people what it looks like here further along.
Yeah, this is further along. This is a roughed out top. You can see the marks from the dupa carver. The F holes have already been routed, along with the holes for the volume, etc., and the selector switch. Once it's taken off the dupa carver, I have to get rid of the marks, so then it's all sanded smooth. I'll do the same thing on the other side, carve it all down, and it goes here. I'll just put this here. It goes over the sides here. Now these are solid maple sides that have been steamed and bent with a mahogany center block. And the reason the center block's in there is to give a little bit more sustain, but also cut back on feedback problems. Now, because there's going to be a difference, like a half-inch difference between the inside of the top and the block, I'll make a little kerfing that will be the inside here. It looks something like this, only this way. Then everything is glued up together, and the binding is put on.
You can maybe show us the necks and the.
Sure. Okay. This is the neck blank. This is Honduras mahogany. There's a reinforcement rod put in the middle that will, once it's tightened, will counteract the string pressure pulling the neck up. This is going to be the fingerboard. The inlays are already in. It's been radius. Put the frets in, and then I put plastic binding on the side. I'll just go on the other side, and I'll just pick out a finished body that hasn't been painted, waiting for the neck.
We're also going to see you do some wet sanding.
Yeah.
Okay, that's when we come back with Brian Monty, heading into International Music Day. We are with blues singer, guitarist, and guitar maker Brian Monty here in St. Anne de Prescott, and 8 coats on that, and it looks to me like you're ruining it.
No, I'm wet sanding it. I have to take the final scratches out before I buff it. It's basically the same idea as, I guess, the high-end car people do, the Rolls-Royce, and that they wet sand the finish, and then they buff it, and it gives you that real mirror finish where you get the depth also.
This is the Gibson 335 body.
Yeah.
This is one of the guitars that you're coming out with a line. You told me you're coming out of the woodwork and you're going to be bringing a line back. This is one of the guitars, and you said this one sounds great. What's the key to making a guitar sound great?
Well, I use solid wood, solid carved wood, not plywood, and I find the solid wood has more life to it. I also take great care in joining the neck to the body, because if you don't have a good neck to body joint and there's space, it's not good wood to wood, you're going to lose a lot of the transfer of the sound from the neck, or from the body to the neck, and vice versa. So that's what I find is really important. It's the neck joint.
What's it like to see a good player using your guitar?
Well, it's I guess it's a boost to the old ego. I mean, I'm happy that they'll play them, But really, that's not the main thing for me. The main thing for me is just to eat something. And I come in, and sometimes I get very depressed about different things, and I'll come in here, and I'll look at one of these, and I'll say, this is why I'm here. This is why I do this. It's almost like being on some kind of medicine or something. It's very, very soothing. At the end of the day, you get to see what you're creating. I suppose it would be like a guy that paints, because he sees what he's done after his day's work.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I like about it. And I like I like to see people play them and have a good time and go, geez, this thing really sounds good. Or when I take them down to New York, they'll all come around and, oh, what's this? What's this? Because their mind is set for certain brands, and then they'll play it and they'll go, geez, this is really good. This is incredible. And that's what I like about it. But oh, what the hell? It's a living.
More with Brian Monty in half an hour. Good morning, with Brian Monty, who is a blues singer, guitar player, and guitar maker. And Brian, there cannot be too many people in the world who get to play on a guitar that they've made. What's that like?
It's cheaper than buying them. No, it's quite satisfying. It's fun to get up there and use your own instrument. But what happens when I play is I don't think about the instrument. I just play it and it responds. So to me, it's just a way of expression. So I really don't think of what's on the headstock or what guitar it is. As long as it sounds good, it feels good, and it does the job. And I find that mine seem to do the job for me. So, I just I like to do it.
This guitar that I'm holding is not finished yet. This is if people go to your website, Blues Queen is the model of guitar. Hanging there is the Blues Master, and then there's a rock guitar as well. Pardon me?
Rock Master. That's actually the Rock Master 2. It has the Fender length scale, 25 and a half, whereas the other ones have the 24 and 3/4, the Gibson scale.
Brian Monty be without music?
Probably in a nut house or in the grave, literally. I wake up every day and it seems like I got some cloud hanging over my head for some reason or another. So I come in and I do this, and it's like therapy. It's soothing. And then I go and play, and it's also soothing. But it's funny, the first time I ever touched a guitar, I was maybe 11. A friend of mine had a arch top, and I couldn't play guitar. I'd go up and I'd just strum the strings and listen to the sound, and it was fascinating. In '67, I saw Muddy Waters play at Bishop's University, and that knocked me right out. He was the only man I'd ever seen get 4 encores. And it was just amazing. I couldn't believe it. And I think that's what did it to me.
Brian Monty, blues singer, guitarist, guitar maker. Watch for him. He played the jazz full of times. Maybe you could play a little bit just to say goodbye.
Well, I'll strum along here. I'll pick. It's kind of early in the morning.